Hi, welcome back to Amy's little shed shop. It's a hot day today. It's running at 36, 37 in the shed shop. So I'm coming outside because it's too damn hot. We were just mowing the lawn and realised that the cut on it was a bit pants. It was more breaking the grass rather than cutting it. So it's time to sharpen the blade. So I've got out the little Guild. I mean, it's only a little 150 watt. It's just a crappy little grinding wheel, but I'm not getting out the whetstone to do the mower blade. That's for damn sure. So let's go get that mower blade off, shall we? It's over there. Okay, now I brought out one of these. I know everyone hates these things, but the fact is I couldn't be asked to work out what size this bolt was. So I don't know which way it goes, whether it's reverse thread or not. So I want undo, so let's go undo first. Well, watch your hands if you're doing something like this. Oh, it's bloody hot in the sun. Thank you, Mrs. S. Oh my god, it's bloody hot. It's sharp too. Oh. Undo as normal. That's bloody handy. Never actually sharpened this blade, but ooh, I have had it off once or twice just to clear crap from around here. I can never remember which way it goes, but you know, lucky for me, I suppose it's just a normal thread. But I'm gonna leave that there. I love this mower. It's awesome. It's a brushless mower, bloody cheap, but it's from Aldi's. And the problem is, when these things come from Aldi's, is it's really hard to find a blade that you can get with a weird pattern in it that's cheap. So because I have already got a grinder, I might as well do it myself. Exactly. That is ridiculously hot. Look at the state of that blade. This side's even worse. Got my diamond grader here. Lovely. Now what else have we got? Gloves. Luckily Mrs. S realised just how hot that blade was going to be and threw me them. Perfect time to use a Sharpie in a colour that, well, no one ever uses. Purple. A little moo cow milk jug. You need something to cool down your blade when it gets too hot. Now I only have a 60 and an 80. On my big one I go up to 1,000, but I really don't want to stick it on that. There's really no point. It only needs to be sharp enough to cut bleeding grass, and it's going to get screwed up on stones and wood and other crap. Yeah, and anthills. Oh, bloody anthills. So let's get going. Safety first. You need something to protect your eyes. If you're doing this indoors, you need to have something that you can breathe with as well, because you don't want metal shit getting in your lungs. We're outdoors, there's a little bit of a breeze. I'm using these big gloves because I like using these big gloves. Master Shedshop is on the camera today. Right, let's get this graded. And I've screwed this down, so I ain't going anywhere with any luck. And this is a pile of shit, but it's cheap. I mean, it's cheaper than actually going out and buying a new blade, would you believe? I think this only cost about 15 or 16 quid. Bargain. How wonky those wheels are. Let's check the surface. Right. I'm going to blast through these, back in a moment. Okay, turned out I needed my mask, even though I was outside. I went to go have a sip of me coffee that Mrs. S brought down, and well, it was gritty and horrible, and whoops. So, quite simply, if you're outside, still wear a bleeding mask. Okay, when you're grading these. Now, these are all nicely graded, bloody wonderful. Now it's time to start sharpening. No one wants a sharpen. No one wants a sharpen. Now it's time to start sharpening the blade. Oh, that's been out in the sun all this time. And yeah, for this, you want to wear a mask. This is a wood filter. Unfortunately, I haven't got a metal filter on it. Got a metal filter on the full face, but I don't want to be in the full face. That would be like sticking my face in a bleeding greenhouse. Oh my god, that would be so hot. So yeah, I'm just gonna have this and hope for the best. So let's get cracking. It is heating up unbelievably. The shed shop, even when the doors open, is still, it's just hit 40 in there. Centigrade, yeah, too hot, way too hot. Sharpie, we put Sharpie on your blade. I like that. Like I said, this is cheap. These tilt that way, which is horrible. No one really wants that, but it's the way it works. Two options. So you can either move the wheel yourself, right? Get the angle, plop that in, and just move the wheel. And it's actually coming off there, see? So it's not far off. Thing is, I'd rather just do it by feel, and by hand, and by eye, and by sight, like this. Because that way you're in full control. That's the angle I need. Okay. That's not bad for a first go. Not bad at all. Now, because there's so much damage on that edge, we've got to get that completely flat. Caught the end there because it was getting really thin, and that's where the most damage has been. But look at that, that's getting there. That's getting there. So much damage. Shit stones in my garden. Still got to keep going. Whatever we do, don't do that side, only this side. We go again until that is flat across that edge. There we go. I don't know if you can see this, but there is now a burr on this edge. See that? Now this side, higher grit. Try not to hit this side with your hand because it's just bloody awkward. So because this has got this shape in the middle and, well, these are quite close together, if I hold that on there, I'm going to hit the back end of this. Yeah. Which we don't want, so I'm going to have to take this one at an angle slightly, so I miss this. Not, it's either that or it's doing it this way, which is really not a fun way of doing it. So if that catches, poing, not fun. It can be done, it's just not very fun. It's a lot scarier way of doing it. There we go. Tiniest of burrs on there. That will cut leather. Look at that. There you go. Now, because obviously, like, oh, it's so hot. It's hot because it's out in the sun. Yoza, that's really bloody hot because that is out in the sun. Very hot. Everything's hot out here because we're out in the sun. Right, holy crap, that is sharp. So there you go. As you saw, we got up to a big burr on the low grade wheel, the 60 grit, and this has only got an 80 grit on it. Really, I should have a higher grit, but I just ain't got round to it, and I don't need it now because I have the whetstone. But for things like this, you don't need high grit. It's going back out essentially into the field, quite literally the grass, and it's going to hit something that is going to do that, which is, I mean, this side is the biggest balls side. You can't cut a thing. It didn't even mark my finger. That's that. So yeah, we got out that big burr, and then you go down onto the higher grit, and you just bring it down to whatever you see fit. It's now got a lovely little burr on it. You've got two choices. You can either leave it, it's a bloody mower blade that you're going to be doing again, or I mean, you could strop that if you wanted to and take that off, but the fact is that's going to cut grass. Oh my god, look at that. Wow, that's gonna chomp through this lawn like no one's business until, of course, till it hits another bloody stone or a bit of wood that I've left around, because I'm a messy woodworker. That was bleeding awesome. Now I've just got to do the other side, get that just as sharp, because, you know, blunt as, and then stick it back on the mower. Brilliant. Both sides are now done. Beautiful. Absolutely booking sharp. Pretty sure this doesn't need to be that sharp. I just put that up there thinking, oh, that'll be fine. Set it in my head, that'll be fine up there. As it comes sliding down, chop a hand off. I'm going with the gloves because it's just a bit too damn sharp. Bit too damn sharp, yeah. Don't need to use that this time. Worked out it's a 13mm. So let's get that off. Gosh. Make sure it goes up the right way. I think that's all it needs, just the one. It needs to be too tight, does it? Yeah. And there you go. I mean, I was about to touch that, so I mean, how stupid. There you go, that is that. If you can't get hold of a blade for your mower anymore, or they're just so damn expensive, do it yourself. It takes 5-10 minutes max if you've got the tools, and if not, you can buy a really cheap bench grinder like that. I think that was 16 or 17 quid.
Probably. And
I've had that for years now, still on the same 2 discs that it came with. Bleeding awesome. Now let's see how this cuts, shall we? There you go. That's what you need to do. It's a 10-minute job rather than having to constantly go out, buy new blades. Yes, you'll get a perfect blade geometry every single time, but you end up with a lot of useless blades, or you just end up throwing them out, which is a waste of time. And it will cost you more in the long run to go out and buy the new blades than it will just to get yourself a cheap little grinder. Exactly. It doesn't take much just to lock yourself in and work out where the angle is. Hence, you use a Sharpie, job done. Hope you enjoyed watching me sharpen my mower blade, because the grass had to be mowed and it was pretty crap. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, click the notifications, and we'll see you again soon.